Greetings, sir. Today I would like to present about my assignment, which is titled as Fire Safety Compliance in Electrical Substation and Domestic Housing, based on a case study analysis. So my name is Divya Vanessa Jayaprakash, and my team member is Khairul Najiha binti Murad. So for introduction and case study will be, so fire safety is a critical in electrical substation to prevent catastrophic failures, damages and infrastructures and risks to human life. So this case highlights this absence of fire extinguishers in a one unit electrical substation with only a water hose and sprinkled provided as a fire safety measures, which is it's based on the question. So the case study will be, location is inside one unit electrical substation with one chamber, and issue no fire extinguishers are allocated, relying solely on water-based safety measures, and implication will be question of compliance with electric regulations. So for electrical regulation rules related to the case will be, it's based on IEC standards. So electrical installation must be ensure safety against the life hazards. So use water-based system in substation is restricted due to high risk of electricity conductivity. For the local electrical regulations, mandate the presence of fire extinguishing. Example is CO2 or dry chemical in electrical substation to avoid electrical fires. So provision of adequate fire suppression system that are non-conductive. So the next one will be why these actions should be followed and do not follow the rules. So non-compliance with regulations will be, water-based system, hose and sprinkler are inappropriate in high voltage environments due to the high risk of electricity conduction and electrocution. So regulation typically.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Karina binti Murad. So next, I would explain on how this application of rules to domestic housing. So in comparison to domestic setting, in domestic housing, water-based fire suppression may be suitable for general fires, but not for electrical fires. So regulations require the use of Class C fire extinguishers if there are any fires related to electrical. And next is actually very crucial to ensure a proper labeling and separation of fire suppression system for electrical appliances. Next, for recommendations on how to actually make it proper for proper fire extinguishers for every substations and also domestic housing is, first of all, for substation, we must install a CO2 or dry chemical fire extinguishers in compliance with the regulations. Next is we must conduct a regular fire safety audits to ensure adherence of standard. And lastly is to train a personnel on appropriate fire response for electrical environments. Um, for domestic housing, we actually must ensure availability of Class C fire extinguishers at every part of the house. Next, we must educate resident on fire safety, particularly regarding electrical fires. We can also make sure that developers actually provide fire extinguishers at each house. And lastly, we must actually avoid relying on water for electrical fire suppression. So actually, CO2 or dry chemical fire extinguishers are important for substations and also domestic housing in case there's fire that's related to electrical appliances. Next, as per conclusion, um, the current approach in the electrical substation does not comply with the electrical regulation due to the inappropriate use of water-based system in this case. Because for electrical substation, we must use at least CO2 or dry chemicals. to extinguish the fire. And next, a proper fire safety measures like CO2 or dry chemicals are essential in a compliance and risk mitigation. And final note is actually safety standards are vital to prevent accidents in substations and domestic settings. And lastly, um, recommendations are needed to ensure uh, the people in charge adhere to the rules to enhance the safety and reliability of the fire extinguishing system. That's all from me. Thank you.